Alright guys, MarkBoy316 here with another video, and because we have wrestlepalooza, WWE wrestlepalooza coming out, coming next Saturday, for WWE, I figured I'd review ECW, wrestlepalooza 1997. This is a legit ECW release from Pioneer Entertainment, and that was their DVD distribution. There was the disc, and this had 8 matches on the card here, and the first one was Shane Douglas defending the TV championship against Chris Chetty, who is Taz's cousin, and a good opening match. Franchise and Chetty wanted to, Franchise said he would keep it a technical match, and obviously that wasn't the case. Franchise would end up cheating to win, but Chetty got some near falls with a missile drop kick and a huge missile drop kick out the top rope, and a small package, a couple of roll-ups on the Franchise, and gets a few chances to win, but Franchise ends up beating Chetty with the belly-to-belly suplex. So a good opening match for the TV title. Then we had the FBI versus the Pitbulls in the tag match. Again, a good tag match. Back and forth. This was Tracy Smothers and Little Guido against the Pitbulls, and yeah, a decent tag match for what it was. Pitbulls end up getting the win with the top rope powerbomb, and a good match there. Nothing to write home about. Then we had the Dudleys versus Sandman and Boss Mahoney. This was a #1 contenders match. The winner would face the Eliminators in the main event of this pay-per-view for the tag titles. And Boss Mahoney and Sandman and Dudleys had a nice little tag match, a nice brawl. Boss was bleeding, chair shots, kendo stick shots. They brawled a bit in the crowd, and Boss Mahoney eats the pin after I guess 3D by the Dudleys, and Dudley Death Drop, or whatever you want to call it, and they're the #1 contenders for the tag titles. So good match there. Then it's Terry Funk defending the ECW title against Chris Candido. Great match here, back and forth. Candido hits Funk with power drivers and moonsaults and moves off the top rope and can't put Funk away. And Funk hits the power driver, Candido kicks out, and then Funk beats him with a his straw cradle, like a little roll up, and Funk gets the win and retains the title. A good match here for the ECW title. Then we have Raven versus Tommy Dreamer, and Dreamer and Raven, since Raven debuted I think in '95, January '95 I think. This feud's been going on since then with Dreamer. He had never beaten Raven before in his career, and this was a loser leaves ECW match, because Raven will be going off to ECW. Great match. Both men are bloody. Both men are hitting DDTs and power drivers, and just everything. Louis Spicoli comes in to interfere. Everybody tries to cheat and help Raven win, and finally Raven hits the even flow DDT, or Raven effect, or whatever you want to call it, and Dreamer kicks out. Dreamer even hits the Death Valley driver on Raven and gets the near fall, and finally he nails him with a DDT by saying ECFNW, nails him with the DDT on the sign, gets the win. This was probably the best match of the night here. Both men bloody mess, brawling over the arena, going through tables, using the vending machines, brawling in the crowd. Just brutal match. And then the lights go out, and who comes out? Sabu. And oh, actually RVD comes out first. Nails Tommy Dreamer with the Van Daminator, and when they come back on, it's Van Dam. Then the lights go out again. It's Sabu. Then Jerry the King Lawler, and Lawler says the famous line with this bingo hall should be made of toilet paper because there's nothing here but shit. And the fans are just going insane, booing Lawler. You can barely hear Lawler speak on the mic, but they're coming from Monday Night Raw, supposedly Mr. Monday Night, Raw Van Dam, with Bill Alfonso and Sabu, and everybody from the locker room tries to come out and help Tommy Dreamer, who's down, but Van Dam and Lawler keep beating everybody down until Taz shows up, and everybody backs down from Taz, and they leave the ring. Taz says, "I'm not leaving until I get Sabu," and this match was supposed to happen at the August pay-per-view, and they couldn't wait, so they had to go to the grudge match from their Legal 97, where Taz got the win over Sabu. This was the Sabu Taz 2, and this was a good match too. And back and forth, aerial moves by Sabu, and a huge like drop off the top rope on Taz. Taz nailing Sabu with a multiple like suplex and a near fall. That's a unique submission into like a bridge suplex, but keeps the bridge and has Sabu in a submission hold. That was pretty cool. Then you see Taz locking in the Tajahasha main, like Joey Styles calls it, the Taz mission, and Sabu's about to tap out, but Sabu just rolls back and pins Taz. Taz had his shoulders on the mat. 1, 2, 3, still makes Taz look pretty damn badass. Gets up. Franchise Shane Douglas was out on in the balcony watching the entire show, and he says to Franchise Shane Douglas, he says, "Come down here, make me leave. If you want me to leave the ring, come and make me." And Franchise says, "No, I already wrestled once tonight. What do you got to offer me for me to go down there?" He said, "Well, if I can't make you tap out, if I can make you tap out in 5 minutes, then I win the TV title." Franchise said, "All right, I'll put the TV title on the line." And he says, "Well, I'll sweeten the pot." He said, if you can't make me tap out in 5 minutes, then you leave ECW for 30 days. Taz said, "All right, or even sweeten the pot even more." He said, 60 days. Franchise says, "Wow, okay, I'm up for it." Taz says, "Well, instead of 5 minutes, let's make it 3 minutes. So if I can't make you tap out in 3 minutes, I'm gone out of ECW without pay for 60 days. And they have a short match. Franchise goes after Taz's neck throughout the whole match, and gets down to about 2 minutes, and I think it runs 2 minutes and 50 seconds. So he still has about 10 seconds left in the match, and he gets Franchise to tap out in the Taz mission. He can't get to the ropes, nobody can save him, and Taz is your new TV champion. Made Taz look like a badass. Very good pay-per-view, and very good match, I should say. Great stuff there. And then the main event was the Eliminators defending the tag titles against the Dudleys. Kronos comes out, Perry Saturn also with on crutches, and says the Dudleys think they're gonna win the tag titles by forfeit and get handed the belts. Todd Gordon says, "I'm sorry." Kronos will defend the titles in a handicap match, and Kronos gets beat down quite a bit by Devon and Bubba. Even Big Dick Dudley gets involved with punches and stuff in the corner, and Kronos hits a super kick on the Dudleys. Hits a Bubba Cutter on one of the Dudleys, kicks out, and Bubba hits the Bubba Cutter on Kronos. He kicks out of that. Saturn hits the Dudleys with the crutch, and climbs the top rope on the bad leg. Does the elbow drop off the top rope, and actually covers Kronos and gets the win. And the Eliminators retain the tag team titles in a okay match. But if it was supposed to be a handicap match, why did Perry Saturn get the pin? But okay, it is ECW. I guess stipulations count, I guess, over there. But overall, I think they should have had the Dreamer Raven, the main event of this, because it was such a long feud, almost a year and a half to 2 year feud that they had. That should have been the main event. But a great pay-per-view. I'm gonna give this. It was really a bad match. The Douglas Taz match was supposed to be short. Taz already wrestled Sabu, and it was a stipulation match, so that's why that was short. But other than that, there was not really anything bad. The handicap match at the end was kind of an odd one to put in the main event. But I'm gonna give this a solid 8 out of 10 for a pay-per-view. Good stuff. Wasn't quite as extreme as I remembered it was. The only extreme match, basically, really, was the Dudleys against Mahoney and Sandman, and then Raven and Dreamer was the only kind of ECW style matches. All the rest were kind of like play matches. But yeah, great pay-per-view. ECW WrestlePalooza 1997. Thumbs up from me. 2 thumbs up from me, actually. Great pay-per-view, like I said. 8. Well, the hell with it. 8.5 out of 10. Great pay-per-view. Just because they should have put something else other than the tag title match for the main event. They could have had a better main event. and none of the matches were over 10 minutes except the Dreamer and Raven match. I think it was the only one that was over 10 minutes, so they could have had a little bit longer time on some of the matches. It was only a 2-hour event. It was the entire event, all the matches, and nothing much for special features. And it was basically just dubbed up the VHS that they had. Match histories, interactive menu, scene access, and that's about it for the extras. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. The next review will be December to Dismember 2006. I'm gonna review that. Thank you to my friend Dale Stark. Let's talk about movies and stuff. And then I'll be reviewing Roadblock 2016. So thank you guys for joining me, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.